Good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and whatever time it is in your part of the world. This is King B News and Views with another video. 6 people indicted for conspiracy to commit sex trafficking in Massachusetts. Let's get into this article and this press release today. And I'm on the U.S. Department of Justice Office of Public Affairs website, www.justice.gov. Charges include trafficking a minor by force, fraud, and coercion. An indictment was unsealed last week in Boston charging Christy Parker, 26, Alexander Smalls, 25, Corey Primo, 42, Ivana Jeffers, 22, Trayshawn Reed, 21, and Tyreek Reed, 20, with conspiracy to commit sex trafficking and other sex trafficking charges. According to the indictment, between January and August 2023, Parker, Smalls, Trayshawn Reed, and Tyreek Reed used force, threats of force, fraud, and coercion to compel an adult woman to engage in commercial sex. The indictment further alleges that between July and August 2023, Parker, Smalls, Primo, and Jeffers used force, threats of force, fraud, and coercion to compel a minor to engage in commercial sex. The indictment further alleges that in August 2023, Parker, Primo, and Jeffers knowingly recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, provided, obtained, and maintained another minor for commercial sex. Finally, the indictment alleges that all defendants conspired to commit sex trafficking between January and August 2023. Jeffers was arrested on June 27th and made an initial appearance later that day. Jeffers is currently detained pending a detention hearing on July 8th. Parker and Primo will appear in U.S. District Court in Boston on July 8th. Smalls is awaiting trial in South Carolina and will be arraigned in Boston at a later date. Tyreek Reed will appear in U.S. District Court in South Carolina for a detention hearing on July 10th. Trayshawn Reed is currently a fugitive. If convicted of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, the defendants each face a mandatory minimum of 15 years in prison and a maximum penalty of life in prison. If convicted of sex trafficking of a minor, the defendants face a mandatory minimum of 10 years in prison and a maximum penalty of life in prison. If convicted of conspiracy to commit sex trafficking, the defendants face a maximum penalty of life in prison. A federal district court judge will determine any sentence after considering the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark of the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division, Acting U.S. Attorney Joshua S. Levi for the District of Massachusetts, and Special Agent in Charge Michael J. Kroll of the Homeland Security Investigations New England Field Office made the announcement. The Somerset Police Department and HSI New England Field Office are investigating the case. Assistant U.S. Attorney Elizabeth Riley Cuniff for the District of Massachusetts and Trial Attorney Francisco Zonoso of the Civil Rights Division's Human Trafficking Prosecution Unit are prosecuting the case. HSI asks anyone with information about the defendants to contact the HSI New England Field Office at 617-565-7400. If you or someone you know is a victim of human trafficking, please call the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888. And it says an indictment is merely an allegation. All defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in a court of law. So that's the end of that article. And this is just a continuation of the video that I just posted about Operation We Will Find You Too. You know, that video ran long, so this is the continuation. All right. And again, when it comes to this, our women and our children, um, like I say in every video, at the end of my video, they're under attack. They've been under attack. Our women, our children have been under attack. Okay? All right? And again, and when you start doing the research and looking into these underground tunnels, there are underground tunnels all throughout the United States. All throughout this country, there are underground tunnels. Let me say allegedly, because you never know with YouTube. But there are a lot of there are underground tunnels, right? And all sorts of nefarious acts is happening under these tunnels. And these tunnels go deep underground. There's different levels underground, right? And you know, thousands upon thousands every year, children go missing. I did a video on this before, and just off of the top of my head, I believe between what 220,000 to 300,000 every year. Every year go missing, right? And again, we really have to do a better job of dealing with our trauma, dealing with just being honest. There's so many of us so-called adults that are still carrying lots of trauma. And we need to, there's resources, take advantage of the resources in your community. Talk about it. Get the help you need. Because going through that yourself and then having a child and bringing a child into the world, and meanwhile you're damaged because you're not healed, it's not going to make the situation better. It just makes it worse. Because you don't know how to respond correctly to the challenges of being a mother or being a father. You don't know. Because again, like I said, the energy just flows. And it becomes a generational problem. More than likely you had a mother or a father when you were a child that carried a lot of trauma that go all the way back to their childhood. And they didn't know how to deal with you when you was a child. And they projected all of that anger, all of that rage, all that negativity onto you. As a child, children get into stuff, do something bad, cause some trouble, whatever. A lot of that could, and it could just be a simple sit-down conversation. But then you got a mother or father, they carrying all this negativity in them, all this trauma that they haven't dealt with or trying to deal with, and they blow up. Now there's all different types of abuse going on. Like I said, it becomes, that pain, that trauma becomes multi-generational. It's multi-generational trauma that's being passed from adult to child to adult. It just gets passed along. Somewhere down the line, somebody have to be brave enough to deal with that trauma and heal from it, right? And once you heal, sit down and go back and talk to your family or talk to your child. If they are a teenager or if they're a young adult or if they're an adult already, sit down and have that conversation. Be brave enough to say, look, I wasn't the best mother or I wasn't the best father. This is what I've done wrong. I know I was wrong. Once you start to heal, now it's your responsibility to reach out to your children, no matter their age, even if they are adults, and sit down and have that conversation with them and help them heal too. That's your responsibility as a mother and a father. Be bold enough and brave enough to heal, but don't hide. Have that conversation with your children, even if they are young adults or adults, whatever. Be brave enough to look them in the eye and be 100% honest about yourself, your actions, what you've been through, because you're healing or you learning how to heal. Help them heal. And then hopefully you can heal together as a family. Or maybe they don't want nothing to do with you afterwards. And if that's the case, then that's their choice. You love them and you love them from a distance. And just know that you tried to make it right. But you know what? Keep trying. Don't give up. Don't give up. Even if you got to walk away for a while and back off for a while, go back and try again. Try to make it right. It's your responsibility to heal. Don't hide behind those walls of your trauma. It's your responsibility to heal. And then it's your responsibility to help your children heal. Going past children. If you whoever you in a relationship with, things get rocky, things go bad, you start to heal, it's your responsibility to help that person who you proclaim to love, man or woman, heal. And then maybe you can heal together, especially if you have children together. Now that's easier said than done, because you got some people who believe there's nothing wrong with them and they don't need to heal. They're comfortable in their dysfunction. They're comfortable in their negativity. So they don't see nothing wrong in their actions. They don't even see their trauma, how they've been affected by the trauma in their life. They don't even see the trauma they're projecting onto others. Unfortunately, those are the ones that you have to really let go of and let them go. If you love somebody like that, love them from a distance, but keep yourself safely away from them. Because some people are really are that blind. They're comfortable in their dysfunction. That's just who they are. Again, it's all about energy. We have to learn to face, we have to stop looking at this with our physical eyes and learn to look at life with our spiritual eye and understand that it's all about energy. Some people, it's just demonic. That's who they are. They're never going to change. That's them. Right? In scripture, it says, who can make straight that I've made crooked? Some people are just crooked. Some people are just wicked. There's no changing them. No matter who it is. You have to be able to recognize that. That's why you can't save everyone. But you try to see the good in those and who you can see good in, and do your best to help them. But this is really about spiritual warfare against good and evil. Positive energy against wickedness, negative energy. It's like a tug of war. The rope is the people, especially the children in the middle. Okay? And there's a tug of war. This is spiritual warfare. right? This is what this is. We have to be wise. We have to know the difference. And again, very important, we have to stop looking at life with our physical eyes and start looking at life with our spiritual eye. Then we can see what this is really about. See the real world. All right? It's King B News and Views. More to come. I have more to come. Stay tuned. Shout out to each and every one of you. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to this channel. Click the notification bell to all. Check out my previous videos. A lot of information. Again, this video is a continuation of the video I just posted. Operation We Will Find You Too. Okay? Across multiple states, over 200 children located, found. And again, like I said in that video, we really need to keep an eye on situations like this, because they find these children and turn them over to whatever child protective agencies, but what happens to the children after that? That's not the end of the story, because devils are everywhere. There's devils in the child protective agencies. There's devils in law enforcement. They're in on it. When it comes to trafficking, trafficking is huge, right? Huge. Okay? Because it's the trafficking, it starts with the trafficking, and from trafficking you get the organ harvesting, right? Adrenochrome. Look into it. Do your research. Do your research. But trafficking is it's the start. It's the start. How it opens. Trafficking is a major doorway, and it leads to other avenues and other doorways of wickedness. All right. Stay tuned. I have more coming up. This is King B News and Views. Love yourself unconditionally. Keep your loved ones close. Got to do a better job communicating and talking, especially about what's going on in today's world, in today's society, in this realm. Okay? Let's do a better job of protecting our children, our babies, our women. It starts at home. It starts at home, and then the community, our communities. We got to look out for each other and protect each other. All right. Shout out to each and every one of you. King B News and Views. Stay tuned. More coming up. I have more coming up. To the next video. Peace.